So, Operation Plague Star is finally live, and man, this event is a lot better compared to what we have in the past years. Now, I know most of the veterans know this already, but in the very first Plague Star event, you will need to bring Eidolon Phylaxis to gain standings and Infested Catalyst to spawn a Hemocyte. You will need to bring this in the second stage, and you will be tasked to combine it to the mixture, so you will get standings for the Phylaxis and Hemocyte spawns for the Catalyst. It's really an annoying mechanic, as you will need to craft, then bring it on your gear wheel, and repeat the process again. Those new players who are experiencing the event right now are lucky, as all you need to do is just craft both Eidolon Phylaxis and Infested Catalyst, then it will get consumed once you do Tier 3 of the Plague Star Bounty mission. Another great addition to the Plague Star event is that it doesn't just reward Forma. Right now, you can get awarded with Omniforma, which is basically the pinnacle of Forma, allowing you to put a universal mod slot in your Warframe and weapon. In most cases, you can do one run of Steel Path Plague Star mission in public queues and receive 3,800 standings after the final stage. That will award you 1 Forma, and 3 if you do 2 runs before exchanging operational standings to Nakak. For the Omniforma, it would take 2 runs before you can get 1, and a normal Steel Path run in public queues will last for about 10 minutes, or it can be lessened to 8 minutes. And the most insane is 5 minutes for speedrunners. Just a quick reminder, by the way, that Omniforma has purchase limit, while the pre-built Forma has none. Like I have said, this mission can be speedrun in 5 minutes, but it requires a lot of mastery. A very good example of a great speedrun is from Stars using Nova to solo speedrun this Plague Star event. Yes, the guy did it solo in 5 minutes, but like I have said, it requires a lot of mastery. But for the sake of your sanity, I strongly recommend not doing any speedrun method. I won't stop you from speedrunning Plague Star event, and for reference, you can check out Star's video in his official channel. I will link his channel in the video description below, so you can also ask for tips on how he did the 5 minutes run, if it's not clear on the video. But like I have said, it's not necessary. Although you can speedrun the event in 5 minutes and get lots of reward compared to the usual 10 minutes, but this will definitely burn you out. Just a friendly reminder that Forma Blueprint can be farmed and crafted after the event ends. The Plague Star gives you pre-built Forma, but still, it's not a reason to burn yourself and doing speedruns every time. Honestly, the event is really easy, and it's better to chill farm it right now. What I basically do is just run this event right now with a bunch of random Chad in public queues. The first stage is just straightforward, and you only need to grab the toxin from one of the plains of Eidolon Cave. By the way, for traversing the plains, I strongly recommend using your Arcwing, as this will allow you to go from point A to point B quick. Also, once a stage is done, I also recommend pressing the escape button, or the equivalent of bringing the menu screen. Then press the Nightwave menu. Do this if you are the host at the end of each stage when Konzu or Lotus will start talking. This will interrupt the dialogue, and it will tell you the next waypoint. Now, Stage 2 is also straightforward. All you need to do is put the toxin in the mixer and defend it until the timer runs out. This is the waiting game of the event, and it's the most boring part of the whole mission. Next, Stage 3 will task you to locate the drone and put the toxin. After that, you will need to escort the drone to the boil. Now, the drone location can sometimes be far away from the boil. I don't know if there's a trick on to force spawn the drone in a very close location, and I have no intention of doing that, as I want a chill run for this event right now. However, there are tricks to make the drone reach the location fast. The first one is Nova's portal, but it's really inconvenient to use most of the time due to positioning. You can also use Loki's teleport, and you go ahead of the drone, then teleport it. Just rinse and repeat the process. But again, I want a chill run, and the best way to make the drone go fast right now is Volt with his speed ability. One press of speed, and the drone will zoom into the boil's location. Once you are in the boil, it's time to face the Hemocyte, and there are also tricks here to spawn the Hemocyte and kill them fast. First of all, Speed Nova is really great for this run. Not only that, the infested units get hastened by your 4th skill, but the time that the Hemocyte can spawn will drastically be faster. This is why, aside from Volt, Nova is one of the best Warframe to have in this mission. But then again, it's not necessary to be Nova at all times if you want a chill run. When it comes to dealing damage, there are 2 weapons I can recommend, and these are the Boar Prime and the Piranha Prime. Aside from these damage-dealing weapons, I also recommend the Vastalok with a Shattering Impact build for armor stripping. Take note that once the Hemocyte spawn and you can see its health bar, start spamming the Gunblade attack to strip the armor of the Hemocyte. After that, just shoot the head with either the Piranha Prime or the Boar Prime. One thing to note is that the Hemocyte has damage attenuation, so there's not one-shotting this boss. Probably, you will need a fast-firing gun that can shoot multiple bullets to do better DPS against this boss. The Boar Prime is the primary weapon, which is really fitted for the job. And honestly, I can say that I prefer the Boar Prime because you can actually give more multi-shot bonus to the gun by using the primary Frostbite trick. To do this, simply use the primary Frostbite Arcane, then equip any Sentinel, but make sure that you use the Verglass weapon. Mod the Sentinel weapon with lots of fire rate, multi-shot, status chance, and cold. This way, you can stack the buff of primary Frostbite without modding for cold in your Boar Prime. The buff of the Arcane does give you a huge damage boost, even if it's not the gun that is activating the condition. Other tricks also involves clearing the infested so that the Hemocyte will spawn faster. Aside from Nova's Speed Molecular Fisher, you can use your on-call crew with the Kuvazar to clear infested enemies easy. In addition, your Cornbot can also do a great job in clearing infested mobs easily. Anything that can clear those infested units would do. Now, the rest of the video are the builds for each Warframe I use, and also the builds for the weapons I use for this event. And finally, I also included a chill run at the end in case you want to see how easy it is to farm this event. Again, it's up to you to do speedrun, and if you want, then I strongly recommend going to Star's video for reference. But if you just want a chill run in public queues, then the things I have suggested here are enough to finish it within 10 minutes. But of course, it depends also in team compositions, positioning of the drones, and mastery of the event. Nonetheless, I hope that you will enjoy each run and find new friends while farming for Forma. By the way, don't forget to also grab the other stuff in the event, especially the Exodia Contagion and the Sacrifice mod for the Sentinel. The Exodia Arcane is great for nuking, and it's one of the best room clearing setup in Warframe. While Sacrifice mod is really handy for survivability, especially if you're just progressing in Steel Path missions. Thanks for watching, and please consider to hit that like button if you find the video informative. Also, consider subscribing for more Warframe content, and I hope to see you on the next one.
lost again. I don't wanna run from all of this. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose.